Hello everyone, it's Team Luke 1665 gaming here back in our NFL weekly predictions. Now today is week 11. There is still no playoff clinchers yet. We might get some in like 2 weeks, next week maybe. I don't know yet. But there's still a little chunk of the season left. Still gonna be some time. But before we begin, here are the local games in your area you're going to get for the Fox single. I'm going to let you look at that for a second. And then for the CBS early, here's the map for that. And then the Chiefs and Bills will be national televised game for everyone in America to see on your television. But anyways, guys, now we are going to get into our picks for week 11, and last week I went 9-5 on both pickems and YT, so that brings me to a total of 95 and 57 on both of them. So I have the same exact record on both leagues, 95 and 57. It's been a decent season, but yeah. Now we're gonna get into our pick'em picks. My pick'em picks for this week is Washington, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Miami, LA, New Orleans, New York Jets, Pittsburgh, Denver, San Francisco, Buffalo, Los Angeles Chargers, and the Houston Texans. You guys got that? All right, cool. All right, our first game of Week 11, it is the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, in this one, I have an upset alert. Currently, at this moment, the Eagles are favored to win by 4. But in this one, I could see them really upset. How are the Commanders going to respond? They have been hot. They just fell short to the Steelers. And they've been pretty much beating up teams. How can the Commanders get their first one? I am confident in this Washington Commanders team right now. I think that's going to be a really tight game. And the Commanders will pull an upset in Philadelphia. And the Commanders get a huge road win to get themselves to 8-3 on the season. And it's leaning towards more and more of a playoff spot for the Commanders, or heck, even the division. This is a winner takes first place game, and this is a big divisional game for both of these teams. I got the Commanders pulling it here, barely winning 27-24. This could be an overtime classic. We'll see, but I've got a big feeling this is going to be a big game. All right, for the first Sunday game, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This is my lock of the week. I have like 3 locks of the weeks here. I have 3 games that I think that will be locks, and this one right now, even though the Bears did fire Shane Waldron, I'm still not confident with Matt Eberflus either. The Bears have been a total dumpster fire ever since that Washington Commanders game. They were in it, and then once they lost that game, their energy just cut. They got embarrassed by New England, and they got smacked by Arizona. Their energy is completely gone. They're not even playing like they want to have fun. Shane Waldron's gone, though, but it's not really going to help much when you have Thomas Brown calling the plays now. But we will see what happens in this one. But I'm very, very confident in Green Bay getting a huge win. Owning the Bears like usual. And the Bears suffer another tough loss. And the Packers go to 7-3. Bears fall to 4-6. Final score 30-7. Next up we have is the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. This is my second lock of the week. This could be the game, I think, as well, that Doug Peterson can get fired from if they get blown out, which I'm very confident this is going to be a blowout. Somehow it could be close, but I've got this being 47-14. This could legitimately get Doug Peterson fired. But if he doesn't get fired after the Lions game, I'm very confident he's still going to get fired. But it might not be until the end of the season. The reason why there's an actual shot that he could get fired is because the Jaguars have their bye next week. And they can give time to prepare for the remainder of the season. But it's leaning towards they may keep him until the season's over. But other than that, the Jaguars, we know Doug Peterson's gone. It hasn't been helping Lawrence. Somehow Lawrence has been playing like it's top 10 in QBR, even though he's only thrown for like 11 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He's playing pretty well. I mean, he has 61% completion percentage, and that's not the greatest, but you know what, it could have been like Anthony Richardson's, honestly. He's ranked 30th in completion percentage, not very good at all. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess, but I know he has some games that like were horrible, but honestly, he's been doing pretty decent this season. I know he had some horrible games on the year, but you know what, who cares, man? The Jaguars need a fresh start. I don't think Lawrence is the problem. It's a Doug Peterson problem. And Trent Baalke could be gone too. But that's probably not until the end of the season. But we will wait and see and find out. But Lions win 47-14. Complete domination for Detroit. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans. Nobody's talking about this here. But I really think this could be a trap game for Minnesota. Because Sam Darnold, man, I don't know. I could see the Titans getting an upset win somehow. You got to keep your eyes on it. I would not be shocked if Tennessee would beat Minnesota in an upset. But I still think Minnesota is going to win here. It's going to be closer than we expected. 20-13 in a low-scoring game. But the Vikings will pull another win. And the Vikings are somehow going to escape with another win. You need to keep your eyes on the Vikings, though. Because they're on suspect watch. Tennessee could very pull this upset. I would not be shocked. But again, it's the Titans. We don't know what's going to happen. But we will wait and see. Next game we have is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Two basically teams that are probably going to be not making it. But I think this will be another close game. But I think Miami pulls through to win 24-18. And this one, the Raiders are starting Gardner Minshew. This could go way worse, and then it could legitimately be Desmond Ridder time for the rest of the season. But the Dolphins are favored by 7. But honestly, we will see what happens here with the Raiders and the Dolphins here. The Dolphins could very keep their season alive because they got the Patriots after the Raiders, so they got 2 easy games in the coming weeks, and then they get Green Bay. They could potentially upset. So keep your eyes on Miami. Their season can be very still alive if they don't mess around. But for the Raiders, I think their season's over. But they need to fix their quarterback and just get Shedeur Sanders rebuilt for next year. Next game we have is the Rams and the Patriots here. People, I'm going to say this is a close game, but I think the Rams are going to be really in control in it from all of it, basically. I think the Patriots do keep it close, don't get me wrong, but I think the Rams are going to control it here, most of it, to win 23-16. I think the Rams did screw around and lost to Miami. They messed up, and their offense was horrible. And they should have won that game, and they could have been 5-4. But now they're 4-5, and now the Rams are making them harder for themselves. The Dolphins didn't even play that great either. I mean, Tua had a decent game, but the Rams were limiting Tua. The defense did its job. The offense, though, just was horrible, man, for the Rams here. But the Rams are now going to need to do their part to bounce back and win this game in Foxborough, or else their season could be very in jeopardy now for the Rams. Meanwhile, for New England, they're tanking. They got to win in Chicago. Cool. But the Patriots, I'm not really expecting much out of New England, but at least they have Drake May. He could perform pretty well, but got to be better. Got to be better for Drake May. Got to do his job. Got to watch for improvement here for the New England Patriots. But I know they're a rebuilding team, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams beat them. But Rams win 23-16, I think. Next up, we got a tank battle. Cleveland and New Orleans. I really don't care about this. I'm just going to give you a score prediction. I've got the Browns winning 17-16. Keeping it low scoring. I think this is like a tank battle for the ages. Nah, I'm kidding. We don't know what's going to happen. But I think the Browns they will get a win on the road. I guess. I don't know what to expect. Either team can really win this game. The Saints are currently favored by 1. I don't know what to expect for the Browns and Saints, but I do have the Browns beating the Saints. But we will wait and see, I guess. Next game we have is the Jets and the Colts. 2 bad teams right now. The Colts are a dumpster fire with quarterbacks, but they're going back to Anthony Richardson like they should have. And then the Jets, they're having a dumpster fire season as well. But this game, I think it's going to be a blowout here for either one, honestly. But I have the Jets winning 30-7, getting a dominating win at their home turf. Because one of these teams are going to blow out each other, I think. But I don't know. And then the Jets will get a big win to go to 4-7, I guess. And then the Colts will fall to 4-7. And then the Colts could maybe clean house as well. But again, I don't know, man. We'll see, but I don't care about this game at all. This was going to be an ugly primetime game regardless of it. But thankfully they flex it out. Ravens and the Steelers now. This is a tough one here. But I do have the Steelers pulling an upset to win 24-21 and 24-21 in Steel City. I think the Steelers get it done here. I think they're going to get a huge win to lead their division by extending their division lead to 2 games. By a game, I think. Excuse me. One of these teams are gonna have to lose, and the Steelers are like red hot right now. Even though they've only faced like the Giants, the Jets, the Raiders, and the Commanders was a huge win. But now their gauntlet begins. And I think they get a huge win to start their gauntlet. And the Ravens, it's going to be a close game. This is legitimately a toss-up. But I got Pittsburgh getting the win and doing its job. Falcons and the Broncos is next. Honestly, this could go either way. But I'm going to take the upset and go with the Falcons to win 24-23. I honestly thought the Falcons would be favored in this game, but they are not. Denver is by 2.5. Kirk Cousins he's a full participant. He's likely to start, but I've heard rumors that Penix could take over because of Kirk Cousins' right shoulder and elbow injury for him at this moment. But we'll wait and see how Kirk Cousins plays. This is a must-win game for both teams, really, here. But the Falcons really need him more, or the Broncos. I don't know. But it's cool that the Broncos are weirdly 5-5 at the moment. I did not expect them to be really good this year. But Belichick has been playing pretty well with the supporting cast he's had. But I think the Falcons do pull it out, though. But we'll see what happens. Seattle and San Fran. Honestly, this is going to be like a 2-score win for San Fran. It's going to be one of those games. 28-16. I'm not going to say much, but, man, I don't know. We will wait and see and, I guess, find out what happens next. But San Fran gets a good win to go to 6-4, and are they going to even make the playoffs, though? But we will have to wait and see. And now, the Chiefs and Bills, the game of the week, probably. And this one, I have the Chiefs' undefeated season ending 24-20. Oops, not 242. No, 24-20. I think this is a back-and-forth game. I think Josh Allen does not make any mistakes. I think he does his job to defeat the Chiefs and end their unbeaten season. And the Bills could get a huge win, could take control of the #1 seed if the Chiefs slip up again. But we will wait and see. But I do think the Bills do pull it out and get and end the Chiefs unbeaten season. Sunday Night Football, Bengals, Chargers. This is the game that got flexed. It's cool. But I do end up having the Chargers winning 27-23. I think this is gonna be a shootout. Chargers are gonna get it done though. The Bengals defense has been stinky, and it always has been. And yeah, I'm not confident in Cincinnati right now. That game ended their season. But if they do end up being the Chargers, I guess their season could be somewhat sort of alive still. But yeah, I don't know what to say about the Bengals, man, at all. I really don't know. It's been a tough season all year for Cincinnati. Really tough. But we will see what happens. But the Bengals do need to fire Zach Taylor right now. But we'll see what happens. Sorry for my ear rape. And then my final game, I'm not going to say much about it. It's Cooper Rush against the Texans. Yeah, 31-3. It's my lock, another lock. I'm not confident in Dallas winning at home. They've been getting blown out every home game this season. Every home game this season, they've been blown out. They're 0-4 at home. Would not be shocked if they made it 0-5. Their losses at home, 49-19. The Ravens was close because the Cowboys tried to pull a comeback. It was 28-6 going into fourth quarter in that game. But the Cowboys tried to came back, but just fell short. Then the Lions game, it was 47-9. 47-9. And then the Eagles, it was 34-6. Yeah, I'm not confident in Dallas after this. Their season's over. Their season is over. What I mean by that is their season's actually over. Dak Prescott's out for the season. They don't have their quarterback. Just cut the season. Fire Mike McCarthy. I think he's due to get fired anyway. I think he will get fired at the end of the year. But yeah, that's it for me. And I will see you guys next week. And enjoy your week of football, guys.